What is up, everybody? Welcome into See the Floor podcast. You're here with the guys, the bros. It's your boy K Malone.
Ryan Wilson.
Got a good episode for y'all today. You ready, brother?
Let's get it.
Welcome in, everybody. See the Floor podcast. Your boy K Malone.
Ryan Wilson.
Man, it's that time, man. Hey, look.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah. So, just so everybody knows, basketball is a beautiful, beautiful sport, but it gets a little spicy sometimes.
It get real spicy.
You know, when you're sitting at a hibachi table, they tell you to sit back. They don't want you to burn your eyebrows off, burn your mustache off.
Yeah, if you can't take the heat, better get out the kitchen.
Yeah, so, I mean, this episode is, the beef. The NBA got drama. It gets feisty. It gets testy. We're all trying to get a chip. I think
anybody can get it.
Man. So, to me, we can almost like take it back. I think the team that, for basketball people that everybody know is the original Bad Boys. Like, they kind of set the tone for, we don't really care if you like us or not.
We're gonna bust your head. Yeah.
So, you had the ringleader, Isaiah Thomas, Zeke, smile in your face, but a killer behind your back, twist your nipple, grab your cheeks, grab your shorts.
He said, grab your cheeks. Pause.
Hey man, I'm just saying, hey, Isaiah, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then he had a goon squad behind him.
He sure did.
So Rodman wasn't playing no games. Rodman just look at you with that dead stare, like, please come to the rim so I can tackle you.
Right.
And then
anybody who really hoops knows Dennis Rodman started in Detroit.
Yeah. If you saw The Last Dance, best believe what you saw in Chicago was not evident to him coming to play with Michael Jordan.
Right.
Him in Detroit was like, I gotta find any way on this court. And my way of belonging is like, I'm not as big as, Rick Mahorn. I'm not as big as Bill Laimbeer, but I'm gonna try to find a way to hit you too.
Man.
As long as he's rebounding.
What's crazy was he was a goon on the offensive end in high school.
Oh yeah, gets to it. Like, you don't come out of, an NAIA D3 school and not get buckets.
Right.
So, but now you talk about the two big enforcers back there, Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn, literally like the two twin towers of pick one.
Man.
You got to fight one, you got to fight the other two. Sheesh. So
you talking about early Detroit. What about later Detroit with Rasheed and Ben?
Oh, hey, that's Bad Boys 2.0. Just like, Will and Martin.
You hear me?
Yeah. So you got Tenny's, skinny Tayshaun.
Yeah.
They had his back. Chauncey was the same way, smiling in your face, what I'm saying? But they come down like, hey, Wallace boys, go get them.
Chauncey was my favorite point guard back in there.
Yeah, so it just wasn't the same though with Larry Brown. Rick Daley had this slick talking, yelling at the refs.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that was missing. They just had a coach that had an edge too. Like, imagine Pat Riley with that Detroit team that, end up getting a chip.
That's a mean combination.
Man, I tell you. But now, to me, the team in this day and age, they're nowhere near that, but they're very much, I guess, I don't even want to say they're hated. People just don't. It's like the Clippers.
Counterfeit.
Why you call them counterfeit?
Because I feel like they all act tough. I don't think anybody's really about that life.
Yeah, on paper, especially last year, they had a tough team on paper.
Yeah.
You got Pat Bev, got Montrez, got Morris, and then for whatever.
Now, Montrez I think he about that life.
He's a goon. J. Michael Green is a goon, but some of the other guys, they might be counterfeit.
For sure.
I want to address the big elephants in the room, and I'm talking directly to the camera. Paul George. There are people that are coming at your neck, and I want to know why.
What is going on?
I don't know if it has to do with his former girlfriend and now wife of Steph Curry, Callie Rivers. Does it have to do with?
I got gunshots on here.
Oh man, I wish. Boy, I don't know. Is it because he's really an LA guy and LA guys aren't perceived as tough? Is it he want to act tough behind the other guys behind his team? But this year, without all the, so-called enforcers, Seth, shots fired. D-Book, shots fired. Dame, shots fired. Now, PG, I'm glad your numbers is backing it up a little bit this year, but you ain't winning no on-court beef. You ain't winning nothing right now.
I mean, just they not pulling punches either.
I mean, calling him out his name, we can't say it on air, but golly. So, we got the bleep out thing.
We got to add that.
Yeah, but I just, we had to talk about it because it's been evident now. And, I love when it gets chippy. I'm a chippy guy.
Who was the first, though? Like, who took the first shot? Because after that,
I think it was Seth.
They smelled blood in the water.
I think Seth said something to him in the bubble last year with the Mavs. And then D-Book, he felt some type of way about PG. Chris Paul stepped in. Chris Paul's chippy, so of course he had something to say. Dame with the whole, the wave and everything that went on with that. PG put his own foot in his mouth. Like, don't say that's a bad shot. Like, this dude sent y'all home. Just take your L and go home. So some of it I think is self-inflicted.
Yeah.
And then the whole playoff debacle didn't help. Can't get the name playoff P and then do that. I understand. There's a lot going on in the bubble, but gotta hold it down.
That boy was absent.
Yeah. So mind is a powerful thing.
You ain't never lied.
Now let's address the other thing. Like, he has the main instigator on his team. Is Pat Bev officially more bark than he is bite?
I've been saying that forever.
Okay.
He's just a pest. Like, he's a chihuahua.
Wow, chihuahua. He's not he thinks he's a pit bull. He thinks he's a Doberman. He thinks he's,
maybe at the start, like when he was first establishing his presence. But now it's like becoming annoying. Like, you that annoying little brother, like, gone somewhere.
Don't get me wrong. I love Pat Bev's mentality. I love the way that he's fought his way and scratched, to stay in the league and get into the league, at first when people weren't sure about him. But I think some of his antics is just, he's a hack.
Yeah.
I don't know how great of a defender he is. He's a hack.
He definitely is.
Because he fouls out of a lot of games. If we're talking basketball now, which we know and we do, Pat Bev's a hack.
He definitely is.
Let's be honest. So, with that being said, now, the one guy I would say on the team that's a goon that I don't necessarily want to see because for whatever reason he doesn't know how to flip the switch off would be Morris. And which one's with the Clippers? Markieff or Marcus?
I can't remember. I get them mixed up.
I want to say it's Keith, but the whole thing when New York, when he decided to just bop dude over the head with the ball and like, bro, you're in the middle of the game.
Why you gonna sun that man like that?
Yeah, so he has a lot of moments that he has to control his temper.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, Montrez was like, okay, let me chill out, because now I don't have to do all that. I could just focus on getting buckets.
He definitely established himself.
Yeah,
because he kind of chilled out. But if you take him there, he'll go there with you.
Yeah, I like for Montrez, though, I think it's what gets him going. I think he feeds when dudes start to get to talking and the energy level is high. He turns into a different dude.
Yeah.
Now, you're not always going to play teams like that, and you have to kind of find your own energy. But I do like the energy that brought, though.
Yeah.
Because it's coming from a place that's like, okay, now I'm turned up. Like, who going to turn up with me?
Yeah, yeah. Well, he hasn't really done as much as he did.
I think with LA, I think he's tasked with a different role. That's like, we just need you to do what we do. We need, productive paint scoring, with the second unit. And I think he don't even have to do that because dudes, you're trying to chop the Lakers down. And I don't think you're going to win that battle. And I think, everybody tries to follow Bron's lead. It's like, we're not feeding into that. Now, don't get me wrong. Talking about a guy that I don't want to necessarily turn up either is Bron. Because he flips the script and he's a dude like, oh, you talking?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me show you what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
Because you saw what happened in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Whenever the exec said something.
He definitely speaks with his game.
Definitely. That's the one thing I can say that I've started to gain some respect about Braun is like I think he figured out like I hear the noise. I hear the rumblings of people saying that I'm not this and I'm not that.
Yeah.
I can't worry about that part. But I can't do something when I'm on the court.
Yeah.
And I can turn up since y'all say I can't.
Right.
So I give him a lot of credit because that's not something I ever really saw from him early on.
Yeah. I give him credit when it's due.
Yeah. So, for sure. Now, one of the other things is Dame a protagonist or antagonist? Because
it's a fine line.
Like I said, because when you perform it the way he does, he's a big moment, big game guy. You know, he lets you know Dame time, the wave. You know, he got some signature moments. You know, but at the same time, you know, he's a dude that likes to. He's chirpy. I'm from Oakland, wear it on my chest.
I think it's his subtlety that gets under people's skin because it's just the little gestures that just piss you off.
But that's what I'm saying. Is he an antagonist, or does he bring the beef to people, or is he the one just is he stirring it up once it's brought to him?
I don't know because I don't think it's intentional. I just think that's a part of his swag. That's a part of his culture, his upbringing. Okay. That's just what he developed over the years growing up in Oakland.
Okay.
So I don't think he's antagonist, no.
Okay. I mean, and I like it because I think it brings a level of toughness to Portland that I think that they need.
Yeah.
You know, you got CJ, you got another, smooth, light-skinned brother, on the wing doing his thing. You got Melo.
It's just something when it's just a guard. I don't know what it is. Like when it comes from a guard, it just doesn't really hit,
What you mean?
Like Montrez. From a big,
okay,
it kind of has more of a punch, but I don't know what it is. It's just from a guard. It's just like,
is that the same mindset? Like if you were to take like Chris Paul, because Chris Paul is chippy, as in he really wants to win, and he has little man syndrome.
Yeah,
But do you see that him causing some of these scuffles, and we can't even call them fights.
Yeah,
that's why we call it.
His is definitely intentional.
Okay.
He's definitely antagonist.
Okay.
For sure. Without a doubt.
Yeah. But antagonist in the same way that Pat Bev is, or just Chris Paul himself is just chippy. He just likes to stir the pot.
I think they're one and the same. They just have different
ways of going
about it. Yeah.
Pat's kind of reckless.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. That's probably the Chicago in him.
Yeah.
You come from that side of, what they say Chirac, you might have that mentality.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's thing is, and I like I said, I always like, having kind of a gritty mentality because I think when you're that size, you have to.
Yeah.
It's just how you go about it. And I think Chris Paul's gotten not a bad rap. I think the guys in the league respect it. They know what it is. They know exactly what he's trying to do, what he's trying to accomplish. I think people outside looking in like, oh my God, Chris Paul's always into it. Always whatever. Like,
yeah. He's just used to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's embraced it.
Yeah, he definitely has.
But like I said, you don't get to be Chris Paul, head of the Players Association, kind of a face and a voice for the league, and not have a level of respect from everybody else, knowing that like me on the court and me off the court, different things.
Yeah. So,
because I love seeing him in State Farm commercials. Like you can see the separation.
Yeah, he getting that paper. That's about.
Yeah, for sure. Now, look, talk to me about what do you feel like off the court? Is how that these guys run in circles and maybe the women that everybody's involved with, does that like carry over to the court? Like the things that happen in like any of the, I want to just, you've been around the guys. I mean,
I don't know that has anything to do with it because I can only think about when I play. Like you can always pick up on how a person is or how a player is. Some people you can just tell like they not about their life, and some people you can tell, oh, I can get to you. I can ruin your game easy. And I just feel like that's what it is.
I mean,
I don't want to say it, but I feel like Paul George and the whole mental health thing, I feel like that might have opened the floodgates. Like maybe he's weak in the mind, so we're gonna attack him mentally, which I feel like that's kind of messed up. But
yeah, definitely.
But maybe that's it. I don't know, because they going at his head just relentless.
And like I said, the thing that to me, I don't think it would bother me that we all run in the same circle. There's women that all want to be around us. I think there's some guys around the league that they say, okay, you used to talk to him. I know you used to. I don't know. Like I said, me personally, it wouldn't bother me. I know some guys are different.
Yeah.
Do you carry that onto the court at all? Is that something does that stir the pot a little bit? Because guys know, guys talk.
If anything, it might get me going, like offensively.
Okay.
But all that chatter, you know me, I'm not. There ain't gonna be too much talking.
Yeah.
So if we gonna go there, we gonna go there.
Yeah.
But
because, like I said, the thing is for us fans, which was great we talked about the bubble. The mics pick up a lot.
Yeah.
So ESPN tried their best but when you know what's being said now, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that you don't get to hear because on the court, these little mix-ups and scuffles and guys going harder, they don't happen for no reason.
Yeah.
A lot of things being said that, we don't get privy to, which sometimes I wish we did.
Kind of like, what's the point guard from Toronto?
Kyle
Larry. When he told him his room number.
Oh, yeah.
I said, ooh, let's get into it.
Yeah, at the free throw line, there's a lot of chatter when things get chippy.
Yeah.
So I've heard some things at the free throw line. I'm like, oh, okay.
When he told him his room number, I'm like, man, we about to really see if he about that
yeah, for sure.
I ain't hiding.
Yeah.
You know where I'm at.
Like I said, I will, one of my guys that I love that, and they just switched cultures, just posted a video was KG. KG did not care.
Yeah.
He was going to tell you, look, if you a little boy, you a little boy.
Right.
And he carried an edge and toughness to him that I don't think a lot of guys can naturally match because now his is I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you how I want to.
Right.
And my game is going to back it up and I can lock you up.
Right.
And at that time, outside of Tim, and I saw him bark at Tim Duncan because he's just like, look, Tim, I love you, my guy. We're on Adidas, but you don't want these problems.
I'm going to kill.
Exactly. And here's the thing, there's not a lot of guys that can match that energy, that have that type of confidence to talk to you like that and then have the game to back it up.
Yeah. But that's how it should be. Like, we can be friends and everything off the court, but inside these lines, ain't no friends.
Yeah. Kids, y'all remember that home. Ain't no friends. Ain't no friends on the court. Like, do I need to wear it on a shirt? Like, we here to do a job. I'm here to have fun. But if you take it to that level, I'm here to give you a bucket.
Yeah. But speaking of KG, Boston, Marcus Smart.
Ooh, see, and like I don't know if we mentioned on the show, I think Marcus Smart is really about it in terms of the way he approaches, like, okay, I can really lock you up.
He's just a hard-nosed dog.
Yeah. And it's funny because I haven't seen that in the times I've been around him in pickup. Like, he's aggressive and but it's not the level it is in the league. I feel like, maybe in those games he feels disrespected that people don't, think that he's that good or should be paid as high as he is. Or, I know he's felt some type of way of not being first team all defense, but he's really about it out there. And I think he's genuinely, he's just wired to play hard. I think he doesn't care how he affects the game, but as long as his guy's not scoring and his team's winning and he's playing winning basketball, then it's all gravy
I've
for him.
earned my keep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of guys like that. A guy like Jay Crowder, I think, is like that. I hope he don't turn into a phony. You know what I mean? So, and I know he's in Phoenix. It's a little.
He flirting with that line.
Well, I hope that he still gets to be the enforcer for that team. Because he got a bunch of young guys and he get to protect it. But it's just not. He's been kind of moving around the championship basketball now. It's not just about what I saw from him in Memphis and Boston anymore. So
I feel like he has lost his identity a little bit.
I still saw a little bit of the gritty in Miami, just or was it because it's Miami?
Yeah, because it's Miami.
Okay.
But, he has moved around a lot.
Yeah.
So.
You start to lose that, because Now you're kind of moved, as a chess piece that people think that they can integrate. So now you're not really having to cut your teeth anymore. You just kind of like, okay, I have a job to do when I come into these spots.
Yeah.
So, but talk to me about some guys that, in the league that are maybe trying to cut their teeth that you see that, they know they might have to go in just to scrap somebody and, mix it up and, get physical. And
let's see. Obviously, Marcus Smart. Going through each team. I feel like all of Golden State's bench needs to be like that.
Yeah, and I like Kelly Oubre's attitude. I see him try to dunk on everybody.
Man.
Nah, I'm not saying he's a
Kelly Oubre.
Hold on. Listen to me though.
Womp womp.
Okay, I'm not calling him a tough guy at all, but I do like though. He tries to punch everybody.
Man,
at the rim,
he's not trying to punch nobody. He doesn't have a chance of it going in. That's what I'm saying.
I've seen him try a lot of people.
That's like
I'm seeing him try footers. He's trying everybody. He tried KP like, Porzingis, you're 7'3". You're still getting dunked.
Man, I disagree with that.
I like it.
Because I feel like if it was any other day and time, he'd be on his back.
This is true. Now, let's be real. Let's talk about the league that we're in 2021. Is this really a tough guy era?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. So now, for where we're at, if you had to pick an all tough team, like I'm going to war, court war, physical battle. I need a team to take with me to the 80s.
With players that are playing right now.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Marcus
Smart.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook.
Ooh, I was ready to get to Russ.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take Giannis?
No.
So, Giannis just plays hard. He's not tough?
Correct.
Okay. I think he likes to think he's tough.
He might, but
if you hear his stories, for him growing up in Greece and all those different things, I think he thinks he's tough.
I mean, he might be, but he doesn't come across as tough to me. So
I think he, when he starts to yell at the ref, I think, once he goes to the rim and dunks on people, I think he finds himself intimidating.
Yeah.
Which he's not intimidating.
I need some bigs.
I know. That's why I asked about, play Giannis at the 4 is, would LeBron James be able to handle the physicality in the 80s at his size?
Yeah.
Would you take him in a battle, would you?
Yeah, I probably would.
Okay.
I'll go LBJ. My 5th.
I got a center I would take with me.
Who?
The Fro, Jared Allen. Think about it. He just looks like he fits in the 70s and 80s with the.
God.
Hold on, no. He's quiet, unassuming, block shots, don't say nothing.
Nah, I need somebody that's gonna
so
do
you
some
want
dirty work.
So
I want a bruiser.
Okay.
Steven Adams. No,
Steve Adams. He. But here's the thing. He's a peacemaker too. He's gonna step in and.
Yeah. But that boy's a brick wall.
He is. I'm trying to think about who's.
I might go Steven Adams. Looking at all the bigs.
I know it's tough now. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah, because they like finesse.
Yeah. We have finesse 5 men. We got 5 men that shoot threes.
I know that brings tears to your dad.
As he said, I don't watch y'all's era of basketball. I don't watch this new age basketball.
Yeah. But who you got?
Ooh, okay, my all tough team. Chris Paul would have to be my point guard. I need Chris Paul. He's gritty. It's Isaiah Thomas all over again to me.
Yeah.
Can't decide who I would take between Marcus Smart and Avery Bradley. It's a tough one.
You really like him, don't you? Avery Bradley.
He's quiet and unassuming, but he's about it though.
Yeah.
He's He's the one that you watch from behind. Like
he has the advantage offensively, but defensively, I'm going with Smart.
He's tough though. He'll get it done. If I tell him like, look, I need you to get to the rim, or I need you to take a charge, and if a dude hits you in the mouth, I need you to walk in the face, and try to get the referee draw that tech. At the 3, this is where it gets tough. Man. I would have thought I had this in my head, but now when I start to like eliminate guys.
I'm surprised you ain't went with your boy, Mr. John Wall, that you swear is a goon.
Okay, so all right, let's bring our off-air conversation into on-air. John Wall, like I said, from his background, everything that I've ever heard, and him throwing up the signs in Washington, that he's really about that.
Gang member, huh?
I don't think he's scared at all. I don't think he has a fear, and I think all these dudes that talk about that talk. I mean, I think he's one of the guys I'll take the fine.
Yeah.
So if I got to swing, if you going buck, I'm gonna swing.
Yeah.
I'll take my 5-6 games.
I don't think he's scary, but just because you're not scary, that don't mean you're
I think he does have a level of toughness, though. I mean, I do think that when it comes down to like end of game situations in terms of, not being afraid to guard the best player, not being afraid to take a charge, being able to, hopefully, fight for a loose ball. I think that's a guy I trust to go do that.
You think John Wall can guard the best player? Today. Not early John. Today's John.
I think when I saw from him, I think in terms of guarding other guys in the league, yeah, I think he got dropped by Russell, but everybody gets dropped.
Gosh, this is coming from the same guy that thinks Austin Rivers can go.
Have you seen him this year in New York? We can't say it's his dad.
Who can't go in New York? He ain't got no other option.
What you mean? A lot of guys have tried to go to New York and get off and could not.
Okay.
Just saying.
Continue. Who's your 3?
Who's my 3? Who's a tough guy? That's a 3. I guess I'd say I'd take one of the Morris twins.
It's a good pick.
Yeah. At the 4.
So are they interchangeable?
The Morris twins?
Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely interchangeable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Either one. Because one, if you ever seen them together, you get one starter, you go get the other. So I mean, I'd probably take Keith. This was the Clippers though.
Yeah.
Just because he don't care. He don't care. My 4-man, I would say, take Trez. And then my 5. He cries too much.
Who?
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Because he
does cry.
Because he's physical at the rim. He walls up and he don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But I've watched him, guys extend their arm and all that. He go to the red flag crying. So that's the international. Man, as a 5, I don't know. We'd have to play small ball.
Man.
I'd have to take like a Jay Crowder or somebody and just.
No LeBron? Putting LeBron at the 5?
See, but now at this point, I'm just going by like a toughness battle. Forget I need to, win. If I had to take 5 guys and win a fight from this era, I just have to, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'd probably go small ball. So, someone's got to slide to the Trez or Moore's going to slide to the 5.
You about to get thrashed.
Definitely. Hey, I admit it.
Whoever's at the 5 spot on the other team is about to have a field day.
Okay, regardless. So scrap this. Can I draft my top, like my all-time tough team?
Yeah.
All right, but before we do that, though, give me your all-time tough player. Give me one dude you had to have that he fits on any team. His toughness, his actual game.
Rasheed.
Oh, really? That's not a bad pick because in this era, him stepping out to shoot the ball.
Exactly.
His true toughness.
He got that inside out.
Okay. Oh, see, now I almost wanted to rethink my pick. My pick was going to be Matt Barnes.
What?
Matt Barnes is.
Oh my God! You light skinned, stick together, boy.
Matt Barnes not a tough guy. He ain't go to battle. It was either gonna be him or Steven Jackson.
I'd go with him.
I think Matt Barnes was a little bit more skilled than Steven Jackson. No? Better shooter? For sure.
That's tough. That is tough.
And I love them as a duo on All the Smoke, but let's be real. I don't think ain't ever brought up who was the better player between y'all two.
I don't think Steven Jackson's heart is gonna let him lose.
Okay.
That's just me though.
I mean now
it's just something about you light skins, boy. It's just
hey man, at least if I am, at least let me take the toughest one out the butt. Rasheed light skin.
It just make you turn up.
Yeah. I mean, well, if I'm gonna go like big direction, I'm gonna take the other Wallace. I'm gonna take Ben.
Okay. That's a good pick. Cause that's who I was flirting with. I don't know which one. I'm gonna go Rasheed because of the offense.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, we're really talking like, take KG, but if I just need somebody to win a fight, I don't know how KG really gonna win a fight.
I take that back. Sorry, Rasheed.
You want KG?
I want KG.
Okay.
KG was like my idol growing up.
Yeah. Just the picture of KG with Boston, with him had the blood streaming down from his head, and then just the videos of him putting like it's just such a dog.
Dog.
Yeah. Now, there's one guy that you could bring back from the early 2000s, 90s, 80s, and put in today with social media, the beef, all of it. Who's the one dude? Is there one dude that you would bring back? I don't want to bring back KG because like he kind of came off on the tail end of it. Mm-hmm. But I do have a particular guy in mind I would want to bring back.
Who, Perkins?
Oh, nah. Perk is the dude to me that's all bark, no bite.
What?
Here's the thing. Perk, what people don't understand, Perk is really, really good at what he does in terms of a 5-man. He was your true traditional step out, set big screens, roll, wall up at the rim, dribble, like really just and use your 6 fouls.
Yeah. Great
at that. Absolutely great at that. And like I said, unfortunately, him getting hurt, Boston would have 2 chips had he not get hurt because there was nobody to match up with Bynum. Rasheed Wallace was too little.
Yeah.
So, that being said, my one guy would bring back Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I would so bring him back just to hear the drama, just be so good. Like, because it's more flamboyant now. He would fit in a little bit better. And then just social media, it just would be, because like I said, we still see rumblings of him just of, and obviously The Last Dance, he got to, let himself be out there. So
yeah, I definitely think in today's day and age, he would be a hit. He would be marketable.
Yeah. So we got Post Malone with tattoos on his face on Doritos and Bud Light commercial for the Super Bowl. You could for sure market Rodman.
For sure.
So my one guy I bring back.
I might go with that one, just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah. Now, like I said, like kind of close it out. Going forward, is there any beef going forward? Anybody is there anything that you would a playoff matchup?
John Wall and Russell Westbrook. I want to see that.
Okay. Unfortunately, one's on the East, one's on the West, but I don't know if I hope we get another matchup with them.
Yeah.
Because Russ is for sure an antagonist.
You think so?
He said in an interview, he's like I get it. He said, I got no friends on the court. Don't talk to me. Like I'm your friend or your boy. I'm not here for it.
That's not antagonist. That's real.
I get it, but he says everybody brings it to him, but I think he brings it to everybody else.
Guess we don't know unless we're there, huh?
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, and it's only for me watching. Him talking about baby this, baby that. He's too little. Russ, stop. Okay,
that's not antagonizing. That's just speaking facts.
Now Now
You just want his game to just let his game speak for itself.
no, look, I'm a fan of talking. If I get the blitzing and I hear something, I'm gonna let you know. But right now, I don't think his game is matching, the bark anymore.
You said that, and then what? He turned it up. He been turned up.
Now, but can he only do it in those matchups versus a John Wall versus a KD versus, if anybody dare say anything from Oklahoma City, because outside of that, I don't see him, besides Dame and some of those other, guys. And like I said, I think for Russell, I think he just feels a little slighted that he doesn't get maybe, which now it's 2018, 2017, you were mentioned as the best. You won MVP.
Yeah.
You did average a triple-double. You were the guy. Everybody was aiming at your head. But, like I said, I think he's in the position where, just like John Wall, too, you play the position with, I think, maybe arguably the most talent. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to come with it every night. I don't think you have a night that you can, think about it. If you're in the West, what night can you take off? You got to see the Grizzlies. You got to see Ja. Ja's going to come at you. You got to see Sacramento. De'Aaron's not going to come at you, but De'Aaron's talented. Golden State, you got to see a little light skin, bro. He's going to shoot your head off. If it's John Wall or whoever else, you got to see Chris Paul.
Yeah.
You don't really get to. You got to see Dame. I can't leave him off. You don't really have a night that you can't not bring it or bring your own energy.
You feel like he might be struggling with, I don't want to say his identity, but maybe his motivation.
Possibly, but like I said, you can't be mad if you felt like Washington was the only point. And let's get this understood. And I don't want to look at the camera for this. When people pick these places, I don't want y'all to get confused. Be like, why would you pick Washington? It's about the money. You, as a player, when you make the amount of money Russell Westbrook does, have to go to a place where they can fit your contract.
Right.
Chris Paul went to Phoenix because they could fit him and Russ both make $40 million.
Yeah.
They are both in the top 6 highest paid players. There's only so many places that you could go to do that. And they traded for 2 players that have, when we talked about it, have yearly the similar contract, 3 years left with over $100+ million left. And there's like a $1.3 million difference between Russ and John's contract. Chris Paul went to Phoenix because they could take on his 41 and 44 next year. Not because that's destinations you want to go.
Yeah.
So
but it just so happened to work out for the CP. Yeah.
So for Russ, I don't know what identity because one, you just need to get back going.
Yeah.
You're playing with a guy that would be similar to Harden, but at the same time, he's at least not ball dominant. Brad Beal can make plays with minimal. He doesn't need a lot of stuff. His game is just solid. He scores the ball and it's efficient. He
definitely gets a lot of his points with the shot clock winding down too.
Who?
Beal.
Yeah. I mean, because he's one-on-one, he's really good. He's very crafty, and he can catch and shoot. He can play off ball screens. He's a guy you can see now. You want the ball in his hand because he can make things happen, and he can get it going in bunches, and he hits a lot of shots effectively. He's just had to be a volume scorer.
Yeah.
In Washington, it's just been him and John, and without John, I either got to be a playmaker and make these other guys better, or I'm gonna just have to go get my chicken and call it a day.
Yeah.
So.
I agree.
Yeah, but that's beef going forward. John and Russ is it. So popcorn. I think any day if you get the chippy players, you want to see it.
Yeah,
and you hope you get to see it in playoff matchups because it just it's on the line.
And anybody playing Golden State because Draymond gone.
Anybody we didn't even talk about Draymond.
He been quite quiet actually.
Yeah,
but Draymond. Anybody playing Golden State. Anybody playing the Clippers. It's probably gonna be some action, some chatter.
Let's think. Also, I want to mention this. Ain't nobody on the East has a. The East is all. Think about it. Detroit, Chicago, New York. Those teams Indiana with Reggie. Those were the teams that it was chippy. It's all the chippies in the West.
The tables have turned.
Yeah, just thought about that. I when I'm sitting here. I don't want to waste a bunch of time, but I can't even really think of teams on the East Coast that are kind of have that kind of. Philly's not chippy. Joel Embiid, he does it to just get. He's
just goofy.
Yeah. So Miami's without Jay, they just got Jimmy.
Right.
I mean, I can't think of another team that even has. Indiana's just a bunch of clean cut trying to make it. Yeah, Brooklyn's like, look, we're just trying to outscore you.
Pretty much.
So.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in the East, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I just don't think, like I said, Boston may be the chippiest team, Just you got two young bulls that are leading the charge.
That's the problem. We talked about the difference between the West and the East and how the West is kind of powerhouse. Maybe they've lost their chip.
That could be true. Interesting. I like the way you think, my friend.
Yeah. Stick with me. I'll take you places.
I got you, big brother. Man, another episode, brother.
In the books.
Yes, sir. Hibachi beef. Hey, just back up for a second. Hey, don't get too close to that fire if you're not ready.
Man.
So, hey, glad to come talk to y'all. Do what we do. You already know what to do. Follow me on Instagram, B_great, KAE.
Follow your boy. Witness your moment. You are.
Get at that Instagram. We are finally tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Get at that Twitter.
See the floor _
And another announcement. Drum roll, please. Hit him, brother.
Oh, the website? The website's up.
Yeah, check us out on the website.
Yeah, you can get to our Instagrams, our Twitter. You can watch all the episodes. SeeTheFloorPodcast.com. We up and running.
Yes, sir. Very, very proud. Very, very clean. It's exactly what you need to be able to get all of our content.
Yep.
So appreciate all the love. Y'all keep commenting, subscribing, leave us a rating. Please share. Word of mouth is what gets this thing going.
For sure.
You already know. Until next time, y'all. We out.
See life like you see the floor.